drive to the visitor center. Now during the week, you might find parking in the parking lot at Waimea Bay, but see that beautiful beach? Until the river breaks in, it's really nice swimming here. Once the river breaks in and the water's muddy, you don't want to swim in it. There's a parking lot down there, but you should also know the best place to park since you're young and healthy. Just park over there where that white tower is. That's a church, and from the church you can walk back to this beach. Look how big, wide, sandy that beach is. Another thing most people don't know is when fresh water comes into the ocean, the coral won't grow. So there's coral on the right-hand side where the waves are breaking, and there's coral on the left-hand side, but in the middle, almost 80% of that whole beach down there, it's all sand going into the water. It's one of the sandiest beaches on the whole island. So it's kind of user-friendly for getting into the water. So if you park over there at the church, and they have no parking signs, but they don't enforce it except Sundays. Just walk over here because this parking lot's usually full. Now, take a look at the camera on the left, and I'm going to get a picture of Waimea Bay. Nice. It's very, very fun to play in the beach break here. Very safe until by Wednesday. It can be very treacherous surf. There's no good snorkeling on the North Shore when there's waves. So barely, you know, it's kind of swimming. Not a lot of snorkeling over here this time of year. You can see the girls down low out there. So we have to be high here because there's no good landing areas. Wouldn't you agree? That beach is really too small to count on landing in. These beaches are really easy. So we'll go a little bit lower. So I pulled the bar in, let you feel it, go ahead and hold on. Try to keep the bar pulled in. You're going to feel how heavy it is.
Oh, wow.
So pitching the nose down or up takes a lot of muscle. So unless you're in a big hurry, we just let up on the throttle to go down is the easy way, or step on the throttle to go up. But you can pitch it if you're in a hurry. And I wanted to drop down because the beaches are really empty right now, and I can fly low and have an emergency landing area nearby. So these are the real famous beaches. See the pile of rocks there? That beach is called Rock Piles, and beyond it you can see big tents on the beaches. That's the Bonsai Pipeline. It's right at the Sunset Beach Elementary School. Even if you have to walk a couple hundred yards to get to it on Wednesday when there's big surf, you're going to want to come here because it's going to be amazing. Our friends are staying right here. See all the surfers in the water over here? Smile.
Someone's taking a photo of us.
Good. Look at the guy riding the wave. There's a beach called Rocky Point. You can see why. Big Rocky Point right there. You're flying with the bar relaxed, right where it floats. You're just using side to side for a roll. It's another nice place to come up to here. See where the cars are right by the beach? This is called Sunset Beach. And even though there's big waves outside, you can park there and you can swim in this shore break, and it's real sandy in that one little spot because fresh water affects it too. Big smile. Famous North Shore of Oahu. This is where we used to live for about 10 years. We had a house right there.
Oh, wow. Do you live near the airport?
We live right next to the airport now. The drive just got to us.
Yeah.
Now we're going to turn around at Sealand.
Me too. there's enough beach here. That's our emergency landing area.
Is it mostly locals?
No, it's mostly visitors. Most of these places are illegally rented out.
Oh, I see.
Look at all the waves. And way up in the northern tip is a hotel. It's pretty pricey because it's the only hotel on the North Shore.
Yeah.
And this time of year, it's really packed because of the pro surfers and all of the judges and all the sponsors and corporate people, because they got big money in surfing now. Billabong, Quicksilver, GoPro, all of them. So now our video is going to get really nice footage of the shoreline as we go flying back. So that's right roll. Roll it back out. This is a really popular wave called Velzeland right here. Not very crowded today. See how nice and smooth it is?
Yeah.
If the wind is coming off of the water or there's no wind, the air will be smooth. If the wind is coming off of the mountains, which is the normal wind, it'll be bumpy here because the mountains disorganize the air. So that's why you're having such a nice flight. It's early in the morning on a light wind day, so there's not a lot of wind coming off that mountain. Lots of sandy beach in front of us, so I feel comfortable being low. It's the only reason I fly low is because of that big sandy beach.
I like waving to the people. They just wave back.
Cool. So there's a rocky area there, which isn't a really good landing area. Surfers waving at you, huh? I'm looking for oh, there's the girls. So see these big tents here? Over there you can see the big green fields. That's Sunset Beach Elementary School. So just park as close as you can on Wednesday.
Okay.
Walk through where the bathrooms and the big signage for the contest is, and then go down by the tent area because you'll be able to see and hear what's going on.
Oh, wow. Okay. Are they setting up for it? Or is that...
That's all for the contest.
North Shore traffic, Paradise 1, flight of 2, Sharks Cove, 800 and southwest bound.
So now, the lesson to be learned is we're too low to continue past this lava point right now. So I'm going offshore just a little bit, but I'm keeping the beach within gliding distance. And what we're going to do is spiral up and get some altitude before we cross over that real rugged area. So I'm always thinking about, do I have a good place to land? And I wouldn't feel comfortable going across there right now. Now put your hands on the controls for this beautiful photo. Give me a big smile. Got Sharks Cove in the background. Give me a shaka with your left hand. Just make sure it's not blocking you. There you go. Cool. That'll be a nice photo. So we're working our way up in altitude right now. We're climbing about 400 feet a minute. Doing a nice little turn. The kite will just try to stay in it. Excellent. Do a little steeper turn. I just pull us a little bit more over. And then we can even pitch the nose up and step on the throttle to climb a little quicker so beaches within reach. Pretty soon we'll have Waimea within reach. Now, it's not out of the question to see a whale this time of year. So if you happen to see anything spouting water out of it, it's not too far offshore. As long as we go high enough that we can glide back to land, we can be over the water like we are here. I'm high enough now, it's easy to land on those beaches and easy to land on that beach. Another big smile. Nice. So this was your idea, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, she's going to owe you.
I think she'll love it.
Yeah. And you win at the epic time of the day. You can hear how quiet the radio's been. So we make these radio calls at major landmarks where other pilots would know where we are. This is Waimea Bay. I really recommend you swim here. A lot of people like to jump off that big rock, too. When there's enough water, you can jump off and land in the water. There's 2 or 3 heights. When you're going off the top, it's pretty high. It's like 15 or 20 foot. North Shore Oahu traffic. Paradise 2 is offshore Waimea Bay, 1.1 southwest bound. The girls are in front of us a little bit. Okay. A little bit of texture in the air. Bet you the windmills are turning. Yeah, look at the windmills. So the wind is making those clouds out there, and then it's getting all disorganized and turning the windmills, and there's little ripples hitting us. If the wind was blowing 10 times stronger, but from the right it would be smooth, because the ocean is flat, and the air would stay laminar and smooth. But because the wind is coming over the terrain of the mountain, all that topography, the texture in the air is a little disorganized. Now when you leave the town of Haleiwa down there, you can't see the water for about a mile because there's trees and houses blocking your view. And all of a sudden you're going to be at that beach right there. That's the first time that you can see the water from your car. And although there's surf outside, it's worth stopping there, but don't leave any valuables in your car.
Okay.
It's a very common place to get your car broken into. The best thing to do is leave your windows down, your glove box open, and bring all your valuables with you.
Okay.
In front of the tall trees, it's sandy enough you can get in the water if you want, and it's safe enough today that you can get in the water. And you'll see turtles swimming in the water, and they'll come up and sunbathe on the beach too. So they call that Turtle Beach. There's some no parking signs, but I don't think they're enforcing them right across from the beach. But people can either park by that white fence or pass the beach in front of those houses and you just walk back. But it's a nice little beach to hang out, but there's plenty of surf, so there's a little bit of movement in the water, but it's no big dangerous rip currents or anything. North Shore Oahu traffic, Paradise 2 at Haleiwa 1.2, switching to Dillingham and westbound. So the radio will get a little busier now because we're close enough to Dillingham Airfield that I switched the radio over. And so we might hear the skydiving plane and we might hear Denise. When they filmed the TV show Lost, right here to the right of these houses in the trees is where Sawyer's hut was and all that. I don't know if you ever watched it, but that's where Lost was filmed for most of the 5 or 6 years. A little bit more surf today than we had yesterday. I don't know if you guys have thought about it, but we have a husband and wife, young. They're young. They're like probably...
Dillingham Navajo Whiskey jumpers in 1 minute.
Probably in their 30s, but they're amazing husband and wife surfing instructors, and they do private lessons. And so if you wanted to surf, they'll take you to a place where the waves are gentle, and they will be pushing you in the waves, and they'll help paddle you out. You just grab on and they paddle out. And they don't take you where it's dangerous. They're going to take you where it's real mellow. One of the places is right here. This is called Puena Point. But if you decide that you're even thinking of getting on a stand-up paddleboard, going up rivers, or a surfing lesson, take their card. They're called the Oahu Surfing Experience, and it's Amelia is the girl and Tamayo is the guy, and they're wonderful.
Okay.
All the other surf schools are pretty much different than theirs. They'll take multiple groups and they go where everybody else is. These guys try to give you a totally different private experience.
Okay, sounds good.
See how there's waves, and then there's no waves, and then there's waves?
Yeah.
The reason why there's no waves in that one spot is because the water is too deep. And the reason the water is too deep for a wave to show up is because of that river. The river comes in goes along the shoreline and makes a right turn and goes out to sea.
Dillingham 9 Bravo Whiskey, first jumper away.
So if there's fresh water coming out, there's no coral. The coral is what's making these waves break because the energy comes in and it feels the coral reef because it's shallow. And the bottom of the wave starts slowing down. And that makes the top of the wave pass over it. And that's how a wave breaks. It's the bottom of the wave dragging on the shallow water, but in the middle, that's a big, deep channel. So guys will actually paddle or jet ski out to the waves, ride the wave down the coral reef, paddle over to the channel, paddle back out. So it's very civilized. You don't even have to go through the waves to get to them. You just go over, catch one, ride it, come over to the channel. So we'll be a couple minutes late. We're a little bit behind the girls, so stay on the controls. I'm going to show you to go faster. Pull the bar in. Now our airspeed's going to go from about 70 to about 90 miles an hour. Yeah, that's 85. We're losing a little altitude because I didn't add power. If I want to go faster and not go down, I can also step on the throttle, and that will push more air into the airfoil, and we'll go faster and stay level.
9 Bravo Whiskey, all jumpers away, I'm descending.
So we're going about 83 miles an hour. It seems like about 20, doesn't it? Those pointed rocks were put there by our military to keep the Japanese from unloading their boats. They're pyramid shaped, so they call the beach pyramids.
Hey Randy, Tom and I are inbound for 26, but we're going to land long, so maybe sidestep Malta and we can use the runway together.
Okay, no worries. We always work it out.
Yeah. We got before you, but you and Tom will probably be landing at the same time.
And I'm a little bit behind. I'm just at the west end of Crozier. Glad you have fun.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Give you a couple more tips. All the beaches, you might already know this, are public,
Paradise 1 is on Wreck Beach for 26 long.
but you can't go across private property when the state tries to buy accesses between property. So there's a beach access right out here. And if you want an all-over tan, that's our naked beach. Can't do probably much of that in Vancouver this time of year. And so there's a beach access coming over to that, and then going over the other way, you can see a break in the coral. It's where the river flows out. See all the parachutes in front of us?
Yeah.
They just jumped out of Randy's plane. Randy and his girlfriend live right next to us. See the seawall here on the point? You'll see 4 identical buildings. We live in the one on the ocean on the far right. So about 4 minutes from work. So it's fun to kind of watch the parachutes land, and like I said, you can drive on the inside road, just go right over there and watch them. That big long white tent area has a sign next to it. It's a Pacific, and they have a big parking lot.
When they land, when they land,
They're going to land right in the grass field. You can't tell where they are when you're looking at them, because you're looking at them on an angle. Hey Randy, I'm about at the beach park. Where are you at?
45 right now for runway 8. I have you in sight. You're going to be no factor, Tom.
Okay, I'll kind of straight into 26. Big smile. Nice.
Paradise 1.
Paradise 2 on final for 26 long, currently on the Mackay side.
Dillingham 9 Bravo Whiskey's on the left face to final, runway 8.
So see the skydiving plane? He's going to go right over the top of us. smile. Nice. You just coast in. Keep the wings level. That's our landing.
Wow, that's so smooth.
Thank you.
That was
I'm going to unlock your visor so you can open it up. Just lift it up, kind of give it a little nudge, it'll stay up. You did awesome. If you wanted to get your pilot's license, you would have no problem. And in fact, your instructor would want you in the front seat on your next flight. Wouldn't mean that you're the pilot in command. It just means you're up here where the wing's easier to steer.
Right.
So a lot of work in the back seat. Give me a big smile on the ground. Nice. Dillingham Paradise 2, flight at 2, clear, taxi to hangars. So see how nicely we worked that out with a skydiving plane? So he wants to